So I just finished up recording the OG of the Andrew Schulz video, right, from D'Angelo. But it looks like he already responded, so it's gonna be clear and cut. So hopefully I get some clarity on if brother is racist or not. So as I say at the start of every video, like and sub. I upload videos every day. So let's get into it. All right, D'Angelo, what do you got for me? Let me 1.5 this 1.25.
If I had to sum up today's entire video in a single word, it would be rare. It is very rare that I will make multiple videos on the same person, but today we're
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
all in for a treat because Andrew Schulz has responded, not to me specifically, but to everyone who had a problem with
Okay, let's take guesses. Is he going to admit fault? Is he gonna say, "My bad, those jokes were in bad taste," or is he gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm racist"?
the controversy that just went down, and his response is terrible, I guess, is the word I'm
Okay.
looking for. So for those who may not know, I just talked about Andrew Schulz like the day before yesterday. It's a video called Why Be Funny When You Can Be Racist, which very much sums up my opinions.
Yeah, good video. I liked it. I still gotta let the information stew, but I feel like this video will have additive um, content to it, so maybe I can like think on it some more.
On Schulz and his comedy. But for those who haven't seen the video, no worries. Short story shorter, Andrew Schulz is a popular
Man, I should have just watched this fucking video. Damn.
comedian and podcaster who made a bunch of racist
More content, I guess.
jokes about black women on his podcast, and two other podcasters who were guest appearing on that episode came out and apologized for laughing along at these jokes and not
I think that one was. I thought it was a bit much. I thought it was a bit performative, but after seeing all like his repeated actions of him doing this, then I'm like, okay, maybe it wasn't performative, and I didn't mention that in the last video. So clarify.
not pushing back. And now Andrew's reacting to their apology and saying that they should not have apologized because the people calling them out are, and I quote, jealous. So I'm quite excited
What? No. Wait, go back.
and saying that they should not have apologized because the people
Wait, go back.
laughing along at these jokes and not pushing back. And now Andrew's reacting to their apology and saying that they should not have apologized because the people calling them out are, and I quote, jealous. So I'm quite excited to find out just how jealous I and you and anybody who may have had a problem
Listen, the only part I'm jealous about is how much money you'd be fucking making after being off of being a racist, dog. Listen, if that's all it takes, oh fuck, I'd be a millionaire.
with Andrew's comments actually were. But first, welcome. My name is D'Angelo, and I am your
Hello, professor. This is the AA meeting.
professor of electrical tape sculptures, which is a very
Huh?
real degree that I definitely do have. Or maybe this is just me broadcasting myself talking in my room like YouTube used to be. And in today's video, I'm technically
That's what I do.
responding to a response
But I'm like every other YouTube just watcher. But I guess some people think I don't fucking add substance to it. But listen here, motherfucker. If I watch a 30-minute video and the video turns out to be 51 minutes, clearly I might have had something to say. And also I put all my videos on 1.25 or 1.5 times speed. So get bent, bitch.
to a response from podcasters on a different podcast, which is the one I'm responding to now. I totally see how this
Listen, bro, you might just be reaching from all like the fucking from all the strings you're having to pull from so many sources. Holy
is a bit
fuck.
tricky, so I'll break it all down. All right, so we've got these two podcasters,
Okay, cool guys.
James and Fuhad, and they dropped an apology video for
I haven't heard his name before. That's a cool name.
appearing on this guy's podcast, Andrew Schulz, and laughing along while Andrew made racist jokes about black women being violent and angry. So now this video is Andrew
And listen, I laughed at them. I thought they were fucked up. Fucked up funny. But they are more fucked up than they are funny.
and his goofy co-hosts sitting around and reacting to James and Fuhad's apology. Andrew
Oh, fuck.
has not
Oh,
apologized
this is about to be cringe central, isn't it? Holy fuck, this is about to be cringe. Oh, I'm not ready.
for making these racist jokes, and if you want to make bets on whether or not he's going to, go
Oh, yeah, 100%. Oh, that's in character, is it not? Just to... let me add a bit of racism to that little spice cake.
ahead and place them now.
Any listeners here that are upset at us, we just want to let you know that you're going to stay upset.
Oh, we gonna stay upset, and
Sure, that's probably, like... I'm not sure if I would have said that. But, like, trolls are going to be trolls. And if you feed into them, more are going to come. And that's kind of like a new experience that I'm, like, dealing with. Because, like, what is good practice and what isn't. And so it's probably just, like, best to just, like, say fuck it to comments anyway about everything. Just to be on the safe side. but I it's really weird that he's not distinguishing like the real criticism between the distinguishing real criticism and trolls. It's probably not good practice.
Andrew, okay, all right.
Yeah, it's a very bold statement to make. I will say it's very bold. At least I'm supporting the OG content. I'm watching the ads.
The funniest thing, though, is when I think about the video I made about him, I don't think I was upset at all. I think I was very
No, I don't think you're upset. I think you just were you upset? No, but you wanted to air out bad behavior.
unsurprised. I feel like people like this who make all these edgy jokes, aka being racist, they don't realize that oftentimes it's not nearly as upsetting as they seem to think it is.
I think I'd agree. Would I agree? Maybe. Might depend on the joke, but okay.
I mean, not to me. My eyes just glaze over more than anything.
What we're not going to do is sit here with our tuck between our legs, apologizing on the podcast for jokes.
Man, sometimes I wish I could.
See, but here's the thing, right? Being an adult, I think it's very humbling. It's a very humbling experience just to apologize and be like, "Hey, listen, I was wrong. Shame on me." I think that gives you more respect in the long term.
Call anything wrong I've ever done a joke. Because no, I don't think people should have to apologize for jokes. I think people should apologize for racism, though.
Yeah, sure. Because listen, bro, you might have.
Hot take. And you can be racist while making a joke. So that does
Yeah,
imply some jokes should be apologized for. But you know what?
sure.
Never mind. Let's just see what he has to say.
We just wanted to address something that's happening at the minute.
Why is their audio so bad? Why is it so echoey? I apologize in advance. I don't know what kind of potato they're streaming this apology video through, but
They're on a plate.
this is my apology video for having to put up with their horrible audio. Their apology video didn't sound like that when I watched it. So, Andrew, you need a new podcast producer.
Andrew was making a joke, frankly, like racist joke, and we were laughing at it. And to give, first of all, before we get into like specific,
I'm loving the
That just seems fucking silly, but okay. Hold on a second. Pause. And back. I thought I heard people talking. And I also got mimosas. It's my first time trying it because I thought, it's cool to have a mimosa in the morning. It tastes like cheese. Why does mimosas taste like cheese?
mock surprise, just not taking any
Yeah, it doesn't take shit seriously, whatever.
seriously at all. So this is a good time to review the jokes in question, just so we're all aware. James and
Sure, that's a healthy thing to do, I'd say.
Todd made a joke about men changing up their style when they start dating black women, like getting a beard, shaving
Listen, bro, the black girl effect I think is fucking real.
their head, etc. And Andrew said they shave their hair because they start losing it, because he's so stressed to be around this black girl complaining all the time. They grow their beard
Fucked up. Funny but fucked up. Funny but bad.
because they need a cushion when they get slapped the F out of them, he said. Love how the BBC cleaned this up a little bit. I think the black girlfriend effect, it might be a protective instinct. So the joke is black women equals violent. That's it.
Yep, pretty much, yeah.
Into the comedy we're dealing with here. Why, oh why, did anyone call this racist? I'm shocked. I'm shocked, I tell you.
obviously, there's just literally no excuse.
Pause.
There is no excuse.
Pause. There's no excuse for jokes. There is never any.
No, that's not what he's saying. He's saying there's not an excuse for racist jokes. No, that's not what he's saying either. There's not an excuse for racism.
Excuse for making jokes.
You see what he's doing here? Just take the thing that you did.
Yeah, he's taking a part of it, being like, there's no excuse for this.
And replace it with something that no one could reasonably expect you to apologize for, and then say you're not going to apologize for that. It's like the oldest trick in the book, honestly. It just makes it sound like you lack
Why do mimosas taste like fucking cheese? It's supposed to be orange juice.
basic comprehension skills.
I would never excuse taking two things that have nothing to do with one another and then bring them together to make your friends laugh. I would never excuse that, Mark.
What if it has a good setup and a misdirection at the end?
Now, this is interesting because Andrew has actually just attempted to explain the comedic value within his joke. You took two things that have nothing to do with each other to make people laugh. So guys who are dating black women shaving their face has nothing to do with black women being violent. You just kind of crossed those wires to get a reaction out of people.
Yeah, that's a weird thing. That's a weird fucking thing, dude.
I'm not sure what kind of clever setup or misdirection this guy's on about because I didn't hear any of that. But let's get into the whole nothing to do with each other thing. This is honestly a very Weasley interpretation of one.
It definitely seems a bit like a Weasley character. I think I would claim.
Its own joke, because we all know the joke wasn't these two things have nothing to do with each other. That's why we're all laughing. The joke is
No, the joke is holy fuck. The joke is black women equal angry and equal white man need to make beard, so when black woman punch you in the face, it hurt less. That's the joke.
Black women complain all the time and are violent. The racism kind of is the humor for you in that moment, but the fact that
Yeah, sure.
you can't even say, no, I said something racist on purpose because I thought it would make them laugh. And
That would give more. That would make, respectable answer, I'd say.
I'm not sorry about it. And you got to spin it into some sort of explanation. I mean, if you're at the point where you have to explain your own jokes at all, that's kind of comedic failure 101.
Yeah. Prime example, Deaf Noodles.
But you get where I'm going with.
Hey, listen, man. Papa Gut brought the downfall of that fucking sorry sack of shit. Good.
This.
Good.
So weaselly, and that's actually disrespectful to weasels. This weasel is cute, actually. He's very cute. Andrew Schulz, on the other hand, looks like
I wonder why they call it Weasley. Because they trying to weasel their way out of things. But isn't that just escaping? I don't know.
he's going to commit suicide in 1945. That was me attempting to be dark, edgy, and shocking, by the way. Notice how no marginalized groups got made fun of in the process?
Yeah, but that was just... Okay, I guess.
Very interesting.
People that look to us for support and look to us to feel protected. And protected is the main thing that I wanted to discuss.
I don't like that response because who goes to a fucking streamer to be protected? But I guess whatever.
Protected you.
I apologize.
Because you're not capable of protecting yourself. That's the thing. I don't think that you're capable of protecting yourself, so it's my job to protect you. I got to infantilize you.
Partially, maybe partially true, but here's the thing: why are you going to a content creator for protection? Maybe like a safe space where you can be like, I don't know, yourself. I don't know if I count that as protection.
You, and I apologize.
Oh, great. Okay, so now the talking cheese is going to preach to us. Saying protect black women is not
The talking cheese. Okay, protecting black women. What?
infantilization. Fuhad and James are specifically apologizing to black women. Now, they're doing a really bad job of it.
Yeah, I think they're yeah. Let's just say that they're getting lost in the sauce a little bit.
Because actually their apology just more so sounds like a general statement to their listeners. But
Yeah, sure.
black women...
They're not apologizing to the people they hurt by not, Okay, now I understand what like the protection thing. Okay, now I get it. Maybe I'm just being too fucking dense.
people calling out this racism. Protects black women doesn't mean, oh, black women aren't capable of protecting themselves, so we have to infant baby. No, Black Lives Matter doesn't mean other lives don't matter. Stop Asian hate doesn't mean other kinds of hate is okay. Like, all of these statements are...
Yeah, you gotta like have a little bit of, you gotta have a little bit of brain matter,
references to the fact that people are vulnerable right now because society allows things that should never be happening in the first place. We say
Sure.
protect black women because black women are at a higher risk for intimate partner violence or straight up being killed, according to NBC reporting on CDC data. But you're sitting on the
Huh, that's an interesting statistic.
podcast making jokes about black women
I didn't think there'd actually be a statistic about that, but that's crazy that there actually is.
being abusers. We say protect black women because, as Associated Press asks, why do so many black women die in pregnancy? Because doctors don't take them seriously. And you're
Damn, that's fucking awful.
sitting there
That is
mocking James and
That is fucking awful.
Fuhad for attempting to take black women seriously. You see how tired it gets? Like, how fast this all falls apart and how quickly the excuse of it's just jokes goes to absolute hell. You can't make
Yeah, because we say, well, it's everything is a joke.
it seem like people are reaching when I am saying facts, right? It's not my opinion that black women are more at risk from almost everything because they are not being taken seriously. Violence is being perpetrated against them. And so you refusing to take them seriously and trying to spin them as being violent is racist. A type of
Yeah, it is. And it's unfortunate.
racism that undermines these extremely serious issues. I don't bring this up to infantilize anybody. I don't bring this up to be depressing or anything like that. It's just...
What do you mean? Yes, you do. You do this to take away the comedic value of being racist. You asshole. I'm joshing.
true. That's the thing that I feel like some of these people really need to get through their head. What happened to facts don't care about your feelings? Because right now you seem to...
I love how like that's changing in the modern day with the group of people that were originally facts don't care about your feelings are now currently upset because their facts don't align with their feelings. I think it's fucking hilarious.
to be feeling very thrown off that people are trying to take this seriously. But every fact points to why this is a problem. But do you know why it's easier for people...
Yes, it does. And people don't want to accept. I think it's, well, maybe racism, but I think it's other people don't want to accept change.
like Andrew and his friends to laugh at, protect black women.
And that's a bad thing. Change is mostly good. Overwhelmingly, change is probably good.
Because to acknowledge...
But if your country turns communist, that's probably not a good change. Yeah. I think that's not a super, super hot take.
the fact that black women need to be protected is to acknowledge why they need to be protected. Why are they at risk? What is actually causing this? The answer is racism, obviously, but it's structural racism.
Sure.
right? Institutional racism. And what's a really big driver of institutional racism? Implicit bias, right? Holding these completely false narratives in your head about what kinds of people are just because they're black or this or that.
Yeah, and that's the thing as I've gotten older. It's the folks that are just different from me, period, not just like black folks or Mexican folks or who. You gotta remember, like, everyone's different and everyone's got their own story, everyone's got their own shit going on. So, you know, don't be so hard on fucking people. Don't hold these images of people in your head. It's very poor, because would I want people to do that to me? No. So don't do it to other people. Golden rule, baby. Come on. Be better. Just be better. Just hold yourself at a higher standard.
And why is implicit?
It's not that hard. You know, if people are doing a bad thing, stand up for them. Or stand against them, I mean. Don't stand up for them. It's like, you're being racist? Good for you. No, I'm joking. Why are so many boos? No.
Bias still alive and well because people sit around in front of an audience of millions and continue to signal boost through racist stereotypes that are fueling a lot of this. Andrew Schulz can't take this seriously. He can't look at the facts because
Well, no.
if he did, he would actually have to deal with a whole lot of feelings, which he's not prepared
I mean, how much of that is like the feelings or him just not wanting to be wrong? I don't know.
to do. In one breath, you want to use words like infantilization, but 5 seconds before, you want to laugh and not take any of this seriously. And it's all just so, like,
It's very snaky, weaselly, you could say.
selective, and it's transparent. It's clear as day. That's the funniest thing. Who do y'all think you're fooling? You know, weakness masquerading as intelligence, logic, reason, strength, stoicism. It's embarrassing. It's just
Yeah, and I think I think I'd agree.
embarrassing.
You know what's mad funny about this is that they had that they asked to take out the episode. You know what they didn't ask to take out? That joke about black women. Nothing really seemed. The fight or flight wasn't really there.
Oh, what a gotcha. If it was really racist,
I don't think that kind of just means fucking nothing to me. I'd rather keep the joke in to show like the problems, you know.
why didn't you guys ask us to cut it out of the episode? But I mean, that's actually a really easy answer. It's just what happens when you don't have an intersectional approach to any of the issues you care about. James and Fuhad care about racism, presumably, insofar as it affects men, right? Or them, really. I honestly think from the way they were laughing along, they probably didn't see anything wrong with it because it's very easy
Yeah, that's what I personally think, that they didn't see anything wrong with it until after it was over and done with, and then they had like the backlash. Then they were probably just thinking about it, like, holy fuck, we fucked up. We did an oopsie.
to kind of just turn your brain off. Yes, they were uncomfortable, but people's brains really do just turn off when it comes to certain issues for some reason.
Sure, I can agree with that.
And so I really don't think that's the cosign that Andrew's trying to push it as.
When you're part of a community, you don't realize that you can hurt your own community.
Sure, yeah, I can agree with that. Like how he's hurting comedy by being racist.
Admitting that they were not seeing it as harmful then doesn't make it not harmful now. So I just find it really funny that Andrew's kind of fixated on this a little bit.
I do have empathy for what they're going through. They're young into this content game.
exactly what I was
And
gonna
this
say.
is what happens with
Just like me. So do I get 10 years down the line, when I get popular, I get to be racist and this guy's being funny and acting like a fucking 13-year-old? Man, I really hope so.
a lot of people who are like funny on the internet, but they're not comedians.
Remember when you used to have to kind of have skill to be a comedian? Man, the ability for just any average Joe to call himself a comedian probably was the worst thing to happen to comedy, if I'm being real.
Yeah, dude, Deaf Noodles, bro, SMH. Okay, I was just in the lobby for this rest of the fucking video.
You can just put comedian in your bio and find enough people on TikTok who have never seen a funny comedy show in their life and then just coast your way to Netflix. It's actually
Dude, it's Deaf Noodles, bro.
crazy. Yes, I'm looking at you, Matt Rife. But the funny thing
Listen, bro, that joke was fucking funny. It was fucked up, but it was funny.
is Andrew actually does kind
But his response about people upset is like, here's the link, and it's just like special needs helmet. Dude. That's so fucked up, but I thought that shit was hilarious. It's so fucked up.
have some chops. He does have credits here. He's worked on multiple MTV shows, and apparently he's been doing stand-up since at least the mid-2000s. And so
Damn. So you didn't grow up in that time?
for me, it really kind of just raises one question,
You didn't mature during that time?
which is, how have you done this for 20 years and you're still not
That's what I was about to say. This
funny? Like, I'm no advocate for giving
I wasn't gonna say that. Like, how have you gotten away with this for this long? Like that to me doesn't fucking make sense.
but maybe going back to the drawing board at least is in order. I've consumed a lot of Andrew Schulz content over the past couple of days, and it's been shockingly
Oh, I bet you have.
unfunny for a man who has managed to have a comedy career for so long. And you know, humor is subjective. Humor is
It is subjective, and
subjective. It's subjective. But when am I going to stop subjecting myself to this? Is really
you know what? Fair enough. You know what? Fair enough. You know what? That was a funny joke. That was a funny joke. And whose expense was that? Mr. Schultz.
just what I'm asking.
Comedians, we understand that being funny is saying inappropriate things.
Yeah.
Sometimes that
Sometimes you don't have to.
thing that's inappropriate is something about
Sometimes you have just a funny experience that you want to talk about, but you know.
you. Sometimes it's about other people. But the nature of being funny is something inappropriate happening.
Why do I fundamentally
I disagree.
disagree with that? I
Dude, we're rubbing foreheads for how much we're fucking in sync here.
don't think the nature of comedy is inappropriateness at all.
No, it's laughter. It's jokes. It's laughing. It's having a good time.
There's so many things I could say I would consider to be the nature of comedy, like observation, subversion, wit. I don't know. There's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I'd agree, and I don't think a key cornerstone is being fucking inappropriate. Like, yes, some people find inappropriate jokes funny. I do too. Listen, bro, I laugh at the fucking good old poop joke here and there. I ain't gonna lie. I like a good fart joke. I like a good pee-pee wiener joke sometimes. But, I mean, I know it's not for everybody. Not everybody likes the pee-pee poo-poo fart jokes.
A lot of ways to be funny, but he's actually telling on himself that the only way he knows how to be funny is to say something messed up. This is
Yeah, and that's concerning.
actually kind of a crazy self-report. What do you mean,
Yeah, it's concerning.
Andrew? This is genuinely the only way you know how to be funny.
It's like scary in the beginning. You really think you're going to be canceled. You're worried. I'm sure that they have, people that they have to take care of, and they're like, oh,
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. Like, and this, like, YouTube stuff, I've only been doing it for about a month or so. And I look at, like, my statistics of what I had a month ago to what I have now. And now I'm starting to get, like, I don't know what you'd call traction, because that's, like, subjective at the end of the day. But, like, I'm getting higher views than I've ever gotten before. No shit. But now I'm starting to interact with, like, hateful people. But it's the people that disguise their hate as criticism that is my problem. And so it's a weird... It's a weird thing to experience.
what if I have to go back and I have to get a regular job?
But when he's talking about being canceled and so on and so forth, like, I got to remember that, like, for me, YouTube right now is just a hobby, and I shouldn't take it as fucking seriously. Because, if I want to do it one day, I just got to take it serious. I don't have to take it serious right now. I'm still in the real world. I got to remember I'm in the real world and that nothing of this fucking shit matters.
Is it all over? I completely have empathy for that. I get that.
Got any of that empathy left over for the black women who
No.
were calling you out, or
Nope.
no? Okay. I really think, like, the strongest demon that a lot of people are battling on a daily basis is they're incapable of empathizing with things that they haven't gone through. Like, show Andrew.
Yeah, I think, but yeah, I'd agree. Because it's hard for me to empathize with, like, a woman speaking her, like, experience, because I haven't been through it. But I understand that it's such a hard thing. And so I try to empathize with it the best I can. So I understand what he's saying, because we will never have, like, the same experience as everybody else. We'll never have the same experience. And so I personally try to carry myself and empathize with people the best I can, because everyone's going through their own shit. And so I would want someone to empathize with me if I'm going through some shit.
A situation he's been in before.
As I said, golden rule, treat others the way you want to be treated.
Like being scared of being canceled, and all of a sudden he's got
And that makes me, like, so sad for people that leave, like, hate comments online. It's like, dude, how sad does your life have to be right now to take time out of your day to fucking... I mean, technically I'm doing the same shit, but, I don't know. Maybe it's the same shit. Maybe you and I aren't so different, Mr. Hater Comments.
out the wazoo. He can take this seriously, but let people of color complain, as he says. We're always complaining, right? Let people be anti-racist and point out how his humor fits into racism. All of a sudden, and there's no empathy to be had. It's really, really baffling.
People that are upset at this, the majority of them don't even listen to the podcast. A lot of them are probably
Well, they don't have to listen to the podcast. They see the big meat of it, the jokes. I'd say that's probably the meat of the content. Not in the podcast, just in the sketches or whatever, the comedy bits. I mean, they get the context. So I mean, I don't really get that part.
resentful of your success, and they're like, why should these guys make all this money? And they're just like reacting to stupid videos on the internet.
I think the main
That's what I'm doing. When am I going to start making stupid money?
problem with that is I too react to and laugh at stupid videos on the internet. I'm doing this right now.
I mean, hey, I'm doing that right now. Dude, this is crazy. We're having like the triple gang party.
Oh, Andrew. So you can pretend that the other people calling you out are jealous for sure, but I'm not. If I had 0 subscribers and I was just a viewer, I was just a commenter, jealousy still would not be playing a factor into why.
No, I don't think I'm jealous. Like, I'm jealous about how much fucking money you make, but I am not like jealous of your fucking position. But like, everyone would like to have more money, though, to be fair. So, I mean, I don't think I'm actually jealous.
I would feel compelled to call this out.
Yeah, no, it's not because I'm jealous. It's why you're being called out. You're being called out because you're showing bad behavior.
The people who were calling this out, who don't have large platforms, nobody's jealous of 2 podcast bros.
The people trying to cancel you.
Yeah, no. It's not. Hey, you want a racist joke? It's not very smart when 2 regular white guys have a fucking podcast where they talk about dick for shit. Except, You Should Know or Backyard Pod. Those are the only 2 good ones. The only 2 good ones.
Get off on you being canceled. You having to come
Peyton and Cam, and then Frankie and Joey. The only 2 good fucking podcast bros.
out and apologize and bend to their whim and change.
I guess they're not 2 white guys actually, because Frankie and Cam are Frankie and Peyton are mixed. Looks like I was right.
The disposition of who you are. The learning lesson here is you do not apologize.
Honestly, it's kind of hard sitting here
I don't think I'd agree.
listening to somebody give advice that is so stupid while simultaneously thinking they're doing you a favor. The funny thing is, I personally did not see anybody saying we should cancel James and Fuhad. I'm sure it was out there, but
No, but I bet it's the crazy people that feels like I got a fucking ghost, bro.
it being out there doesn't matter because cancel culture is literally not real. It's just the
Yeah, it's how you deal with waves of hate, I feel.
boogeyman that you bring out whenever you get mad that people are criticizing you. If cancel culture was real, you would not have a podcast. Okay, you would not have a career. Donald Trump would not still be running for president. Andrew Tate wouldn't still be relevant this many years later. I mean, he's kind of
It's crazy how many of these fucking shitters are relevant, but whatever. What's up?
Do you know if Nana has
I've been interrupted so much for making this video. I'm joshing. All right, where are we at?
a podcast. Okay, you would not have a career. Donald Trump would not still be running for president. Andrew Tate wouldn't.
Oh, cancel culture. Yeah, it's not kind of real, but it's mostly how you respond to it. I think it's the big takeaway, because how you respond to it is how you hold yourself afterwards is the biggest deciding factor, because you could be the one that ends your own career.
Still be relevant this many
Idubs.
years later. I mean, he's kind of not relevant, actually. I feel like I haven't heard about him in a while. But my point
Who, Trump or Tate?
remains. Nobody was trying to cancel James and Fuhad for laughing. And if they were, it genuinely does not matter because that has actually never worked. Cancel culture is literally
Yeah, no. It's how you respond. It's how you respond to hate.
the best thing that can happen to a comedian at this point. I think a lot of comedians need to just admit that. If you can spin the narrative that you're being canceled, you instantly have a tie-in with all of the anti-cancel culture people online. They will follow and support you just to really stick it to all the
Yeah, true.
cancelers. The cancelers in question being people just saying, hey, that's racist. That kind of seems racist. Comedians like this love cancel culture, no matter how many comedy specials they write around pretending like it's a real thing.
You think about,
Sure, I think I can agree with that.
oh, we have black female fans. I appreciate them so much. I think they must be so hurt by this. They're not hurt by this.
Bro, can you just stop talking? Who actually
I don't think it's good to speak on how other people feel.
is this? Akash Singh. Can I offer some advice, Akash? Just from one
I wonder if Schultz has been racist to you and you're just like, that's okay. I wonder.
internet person to another. Delete your account. I'm gonna go ahead and send you
That was a good joke at the expense of that guy.
this link for permanently deleting or deactivating your Instagram account. I think the process is very similar on TikTok. Like if you're really gonna sit here and think you're doing something by making up positions and attributing them to black women, this is the second time you've done this, and just the short time I've been watching, just delete it. Just get rid of it. It's fine. Nothing of value will be lost.
Their fans can be disappointed. So it's like, I don't think it's wrong to necessarily apologize in that aspect.
I would agree with you if the reaction to that episode happened immediately after it came out.
Andrew was
Did it?
showing the stereotypes that he has about different races. You could tell that Fuhad and James weren't really comfortable. I hope they talk about how uncomfortable they were on this podcast. Like, this is from 2 months ago, Andrew. Yes, people were calling this out, but nobody
I understand what he's saying. It's one example, but I guarantee you there's probably more.
was listening. So what do you mean? The reason it didn't go viral 2 months ago is because ain't nobody watching your podcast. Like,
Okay, let's look. Let's look. Let's see. So look at the pod. Just the flagrant 1.9 mil, 1.69 mil. Well, people are watching. People are watching. This one got a million views, so I don't think that's fair. Saying, I don't think that's fair.
Please, I genuinely did not know this man existed before I saw this pop up. You get like a million views an episode from the same people who are watching all your other episodes.
Well, I mean, that's still a million people. I mean, if a million people were watching my videos, holy fuck.
Nobody talked about this because nobody knew actually watched this.
There was no
Oh yeah.
negative reaction after it came out.
Okay, Andrew.
Stop the cap.
Sure.
Podcasting, like, it looks like it's the easiest thing in the world, and honestly, it's really not that hard.
No, it's the fucking setup. And then you just shoot the shit for 2 hours.
Like, I understand why people are resentful of the success of podcasting.
Yeah.
Chat, are we resentful of the success of podcasters, chat?
Some of them, I guess, because like it's so fucking easy. But but then you just have to, I don't know, just do it, I guess.
Or are we irked by the prevalence of mediocrity?
Actually, you know what? Based fucking take. Actually,
You do stand-up.
holy shit.
Everybody, you can say whatever you want about stand-up, but most people are scared to do it. Yeah. It is an art, a skill that you can refine.
Not me laughing. I'm sorry, a comedian who can only ever make me laugh when he is not trying to be funny? Red flag. Most people are scared to do. You're so brave, Andrew. You're
I mean, he's probably true to some degree, I guess.
stunning and brave. Now I'm the one who can't take this seriously. I can't take this seriously anymore. I've hit peak nonsense. This happens every so often.
Peak silly goosery, you could say.
I'll get a topic where like halfway through the recording session, my brain just shuts down because it's like, Danzo, what are you doing? What are you doing, bro?
I laugh at this up.
All the time. You see a fat person fall off a building and die and cry.
Damn. Okay, that's a fucking leap. Not a fat person leap, but I'm part of the problem, bro. SMH.
Of school, daycare.
Yeah.
That's funny.
What an interesting example. That
That is an interesting example. Fucked up. Interesting.
was the
example.
funniest thing you could think of in the moment to illustrate the darkest things that you laugh at. You, a comedian, you could only come up with fat people dying. Dear God.
That reminds me of a fucking some weird ass joke I heard. I can't even remember the guy's name that made the fucking
You never
joke.
saw that? Like, fat person fall off a building and crush an entire
It is
daycare?
really funny.
Yeah, it is a crazy thing
What?
to happen.
It's so tragic.
Yeah,
And the
Israel
family-
does it all the time in Gaza. Actually, that's...
Yeah.
Damn.
Buddy, even your bros didn't laugh at that one. Not even your besties thought that was funny. Go ahead though, force out the laugh, and then they'll laugh at your laugh, and you make it seem like they're laughing at your joke. No hate to anybody who watches this podcast, but question.
Make sure there's no hate, because I don't know if I believe that.
Questions. Many questions for those who find this funny.
The funny people on YouTube that are podcasters that aren't stand-ups. It's not just them, it's other people as well. And I think it's just
Yeah, but they don't have to be stand-ups to be funny.
because they don't really understand like the essence of jokes.
And
There's claim to be made that you don't either.
you do? Question mark? You think you know the essence of comedy when you can never come up with any material outside of things that are messed up to say.
So hopefully this is a learning lesson for them.
But maybe they have different rules
For them, I don't know, dog. You might need one too.
in England or something. I don't know.
Maybe they have different rules. None of y'all are funny. None of you. Who are any of these people, actually? Where did you find these? Because I actually feel like picking average people off the street would result in a funnier podcast than these four.
Yeah, dude, that's a Hikari gamble I think I'd take. I think I'd win.
Comedians. That joke didn't even make sense. It didn't even register as a joke. How do you fail every aspect of like a 7-word joke? Your delivery, the context, huh? Nah, I'm about to change my bio to comedian. I'm literally about to just put comedian in my bio.
Please tell me you did. Oh, damn. You should have. You should have. Come on, man. You should have. Fuck.
Just start uploading out of context segments, like the only 60 seconds out of an hour where I was funny. I'm gonna put that up on TikTok, just launch a career, and I'm gonna see
I don't know, man. You probably could. TikTok is big for that type of shit.
y'all on Netflix in a couple years because clearly the bar's in hell.
Anyway,
You know who was canceled recently?
Who?
Puff Diddy.
Anyway, indeed. But that's my
Puff Diddy? Who the fuck is that? Are you talking about P. Diddy? 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
take on the situation. Dave's take on the situation is that Andrew owes all of us an apology for
Yeah. Well, I had a feeling it would just be like, nah, your criticism isn't fucking real. Nah, y'all are just upset little fucking whiny bitch babies.
subjecting us to his comedy for 20 years. And I'm, of course, excited to hear your take. I mean, this is the part of the video
Okay, let's see. Saying that P. Diddy was canceled when he's... Yeah, that was fucking bananas. You can't say... No, he was canceled. You talk about canceled by the government? By law enforcement? 1,000 bottles of baby oil. I really wonder where the stereotypes of All the time cute. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, if you want the nuance of that one, probably from all the silence that black women in the past got fucking just fed up with it and started just fucking throwing verbal hands. What I think. All right, good video, D'Angelo. I'm glad I looked at that and saw that it was what I thought of a just a shitty fucking smooth brain response. I kind of expected that to fucking happen. Good video. Like and sub.